when did you first think that thought?
2006.
2006, okay.
Yeah.
And where were you, just out of curiosity, while we're waiting?
I was a quarter of a mile beyond the end of the Comcast cable, and they wanted $12,000 to extend the line to my house in Mendocino. And I decided I didn't want to, hand them over a capital investment in their network and then pay them a monthly fee to, an unregulated monthly fee.
Right.
And that was the beginning of what became the Broadband Alliance Mendocino County, and it's still going strong.
That's such a great way to open this meeting. So thank you.
Okay.
So we should probably call it to order. We're at 10:01. And previously, as we've done, I'm gonna let Jeff run our meeting today. And there are several presentations, and it's gonna move really quick because there's a lot of information, but we will be recording this, and Jeff breaks up these clips and YouTube videos and makes those available as well. And we're beginning to try to figure out how to best get this out to the public, and the YouTube clips is a big part of it. So thank you all for being here this morning. And with that, Jeff, please.
Very good. Thank you, Chair Wiley. I will review the agenda quickly. Introductions and overviews. I did talk to Supervisor Williams earlier today and anticipate that he'll be joining soon. So, we've all had the opportunity to introduce ourselves here, and I don't believe that there are any, actually, there might be one revision to the agenda, and Una might be able to let us know. I understand that the Move 2030 might be having a meeting in the 11 o'clock hour, and Ted just sent me something. Unable to join meeting.
So maybe we could get you close. Well, we'll just have to deal with that. Please make sure that we get you in before you need to leave.
Yeah.
Our meeting's at noon, not 11.
Good.
Okay, great.
Good. I was misinformed. My apologies. I thought that might be a revision to the agenda. But without that, this is largely the agenda, and we'll move along. So obviously the presentation we want to time for half an hour, and maybe I could ask Chair Wiley whether she could get a stopwatch set up.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
I'll give you like a 5-minute.
Yeah, the presentation.
I know it's a lot.
Presentation is set up for 3 5-minute presentations and
Yes.
a 15-minute presentation.
Okay.
For a total of a half an hour, which would be what we're permitted with the Board of Supervisors on the 22nd. So with that, I'm also trying to get Ted Williams online, and I'm not sure why he is unable to join the meeting.
The password didn't work, only the link worked for me.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah, Jeff, there's a couple of links floating around. The link that was in my meeting notice is different than this link. So I had to go look your email up and grab the new link.
Okay, I joined by the email that I resent at 8 this morning.
Yeah, that's the one that I used also, because the one that I had before didn't work.
Yeah, if he's using the calendar invite email or
Right.
link, that's the
Right,
one.
I changed to a paid account because the links weren't working.
Well, so I'm going to let you go with Ted and get him on, and then can we start the first presentation?
And now replied to him. Hopefully that will get him on board.
I'm on.
Good. Okay, perfect. Hi.
So again, here is the agenda before you. We have a 30-minute trial run of the presentation, and then updates from representatives, community partner reports, and an update from the Sonoma County if Calvin joins, and then final comments. And so this is the outline for the presentation. And now I need to switch PowerPoints and get us started. Bear with me. Actually, Megan probably has the first PowerPoint, and hers is more recent than mine. So scratch that. I will stop screen sharing if I haven't already. I have stopped screen sharing already. And so I will begin the presentation here at 10:05. And
Gotcha.
so if Chair Dirty, CEO Angelo, Supervisors Hasjack, McGordy, Mulhern, and Williams, and County Council Curtis, thank you for the opportunity to present today. The Broadband Alliance of Mendocino County, along with North Bay North Coast Broadband Consortium and other partners like Move 2030 and the Community Foundation of Mendocino County, have been diligently working to bridge the digital divide and design a broadband implementation plan for Mendocino County, overseeing grant applications and developing new broadband data mapping tools to facilitate comprehensive build-out needed for reliable broadband availability to 98% of our population. With the goals of public safety and economic resilience, our priority plan is a complete underground fiber optic network with multiple paths of connectivity. Underground fiber is proven to withstand fires and other natural disasters and carries data at speeds and volumes sufficient to be future-proof infrastructure for decades to come. Over the past year, the county has acquired the technical capacity and data to evaluate regional broadband availability and carrier options, as well as identify the identification of grant eligible census and unserved households by school district. In all, we have a much clearer understanding of the likely timelines for planned service and infrastructure improvement. The pandemic has shown that the fundamental importance of digital inclusion in modern times. Emergency response, distance learning, remote work, telemedicine, and e-commerce all rely on broadband connectivity. Move 2030's economic resilience planning has recognized that broadband adoption is equally important to broadband availability by laying the groundwork for tech hubs, coding classes, and small tech support needed to prosper into the future. We will start off today by sharing some research conducted by Megan Honey, a Civic Spark Fellow working in the CEO's office and supported by Leaf Farr in the County GIS Department, who have documented the challenges of remote learning in Mendocino County by data mapping unserved, I'm scanning up, unserved school districts. My apologies, I'm trying to read on a small screen. And next, we'll briefly outline the FCC's Emergency Broadband Benefit Program enacted federally to provide a $50 subsidy to support broadband utility bills to eligible homes. Then we will peek at our new crowdsourced broadband survey tool intended to check the accuracy of carrier claimed broadband speeds, thereby enhancing future grant opportunities. The second half of our presentation will be Tom West, manager of the North Bay North Coast Broadband Consortium, presenting the Mendocino County Digital Infrastructure Plan 2019-2025 and its 3 implementation projects for acceptance. Tom's leadership and dedication to California's broadband infrastructure, and particularly to that of Mendocino County, should be commended. He has voluntarily gone above and beyond, often working 7 days a week to keep our plans and grant proposals on track. So thank you, Tom. But next, we will focus on data mapping that is being conducted in cooperation with the County GIS Department by Megan Honey, our Civic Spark Fellow. And so now I'll make sure that everyone can screen share. And we would switch to Megan's presentation of the broadband.
All right, I'll go ahead and start this. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Lovely. All right, my name is Megan Honey. I am the Civic Spark Fellow here working in the executive office and currently working on mapping broadband coverage by school districts. So right now, our goal is just to identify the number of unserved addresses in each Mendocino County school district. Now, this won't give as well of a coverage of what our data looks like as households. This is what we have available as unserved addresses. So that will include all housing units, businesses, and other non-residential data points. But we did map this along with the total addresses from our county database, so it still gives a pretty good relative percentage and just a broad overview of coverage. So the unserved addresses comes from data analyzed and provided by the BAMC. Our total addresses layer comes from the county database. And to do this, I just used a select by location tool in ArcMap to determine the number of unserved addresses and total addresses for each school district, and then just used a percentage. So I'll show my map right here. So what I have right here is the percentage of unserved addresses by each school district. So what you'll see here is lighter colors would show a lower percentage of unserved addresses and would therefore show a higher amount of coverage using this methodology. So as you can see here, we would have Fort Bragg having a relatively low percentage of unserved addresses. Kind of in the middle, we have Willits, Ukiah, and Anderson Valley in that yellow, which is 26 to 40%, Arena and Mendocino. As we get up higher, we have that dark orange, which is 41 to 70% of addresses are listed as unserved, and for Round Valley and Manchester, those are the highest, have the highest percentage of unserved addresses. So that would show the lowest amount of coverage. And this is what the numbers look like. If you were curious, would like to say full transparency, having a bit of a data error in which the percentage for Manchester is coming out a bit over 100%. So that just means there's more unserved addresses listed than total addresses. We'll keep working on fixing this and refining a methodology. I did want to discuss some of the limitations of this analysis, excuse me. I'm a little unsure of BAMC's methodology for determining unserved addresses, and I definitely would like to resolve that before our presentation later this month. Again, that error with Manchester Union, and again, total addresses includes all housing units, businesses, and other non-residential locations. This is a broad picture of our coverage, but it may differ from coverage just by households. And our next steps, some of this I would like to accomplish before the meeting on March 22nd. That would be trying to design a methodology for estimating broadband coverage for households only by school district. And I'd like to collaborate more with BAMC to learn about the sources of data and methodology that they have for the layer of unserved addresses. In the future, later on in my project, I am here until end of July. I would like to work on collaborating with school districts to identify the percentage of student households only that lack sufficient broadband for equal participation in education, particularly with remote learning. And I would also like to more qualitatively identify the challenges that parents, students, and teachers face in conducting distance learning. So this will be an ongoing project, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Megan. And so with that, the next portion is about the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. And I'm having complications with my screen sharing, but bear with me. I'm back. So in December of 2020, the Consolidated Appropriations Act established an emergency broadband connectivity fund of $3.2 billion. And again, I'm going to try to bring up a PowerPoint presentation. Here it is. Can you see the presentation?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now let me get into that. Slideshow. My computer is glitching. The cursor keeps